And what's up, everybody? We're back with Talking NASCAR Podcast, episode number 5. I believe it's number 5. Back, my camera's back again, so people could see me. We got Hitmaster and we got Jackson back with you.
Sure.
Hi.
Fuckers.
So, it was a big week. It's playoff time, baby.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. It is playoff
And
time.
talk about playoffs.
Playoffs it's time.
Sure.
But before the playoffs, there's some other. Of course, we'd end the regular season on a big bang. Daytona happened. We'll get to that first, and then we'll some other silly season stuff that happened. Some rumors that went around again. The return of an old great sponsor, and then at the end we will preview Darlington. So let's begin with Daytona. I was planning on being able to watch the whole thing because it was actually on a Saturday night, and Mother Nature said no to that, so that sucked.
Yeah, Mother Nature's like, denied.
The qualifying, no qualifying, no practice at all because of the rain. It's been raining 3 weeks straight there. No, he got second. Kyle Larson got the pole. Chase Elliott was second for some reason. I don't know why, but
Because of the
I'm actually watching the highlight
called.
race right now.
but then I'm gonna go a little bit of a rant here. Out of all NBC has so many channels, so many networks that they could have put this race on, and they chose CNBC. CNBC.
That's because nothing airs on Sunday.
What was airing on regular NBC? Oh, no, they were airing golf. They were airing golf on the regular NBC channel. Bear in mind, NBC has their own golf channel. Specifically for golf. And they chose to put golf on the main one.
There is.
Like, you could have put anything else on there and had more justification for it, but you put golf on the non-golf channel. Like, seriously. So, NASCAR is relegated to the Coins and Church channel. Literally, the two programs before the race were a church service and a whole 30-minute segment about coins. Coins! Like, what?
Ian, what
No
do you
one cares
think the
about
C
coins.
stands for in CNBC? Tyler. C stands for currency.
No, it stands for Church and Coins. That's what it stands for.
No, it
'Cause it's
stands
all-
for currency.
And then sometimes Shark Tank.
Or
Apparently
Shark
freaking Shark Tank and whatever. Like, seriously, CNBC.
And Jay Leno.
If MSNBC didn't exist, I would say that's the worst place they could have put the race. But no, it exists.
MSNBC is trash. You're right. CNBC isn't too bad.
It was fine once they got it started. Pissed me off. Thankfully, we got it. I actually didn't think we actually.
It's basic cable.
I didn't think we were going to be able to get the race, but we did. So, not a big deal. But then, race takes like 7 hours to complete once they... Well, 6, really. About 6 hours to complete once they actually get it started. I thought they weren't going to be able to get it started because it was kept raining all day. But they were able to get it in. Not without a bunch of big ones. Did you guys
I'm
actually...
watching one of the big ones right now.
Yeah, Jackson, did you actually watch the full race? Because I had to leave at about 11. So I only got to see like the first 50-something laps. And then I saw the finish.
I watched a good chunk of it. I woke up around 10, so I didn't really watch the first part of it because it started at 10-ish. So
Yeah, I saw the first like 55 laps. I saw the first big one. I saw the end of the first stage, but then I had to go to my job, so couldn't. And then I got home to see the last 20-some laps, or whatever, which was crazy. The amount of determination that they actually put into actually trying to finish the race, which is very bizarre. Usually they would. I thought for sure they were going to call the race, but I guess they wanted Ryan Blaney to make the playoffs, so they had to make sure that the race finished. So,
yeah,
any Martin Truex fans out there should be pissed off because that shit. They delayed it for what? It was like noon, then it got delayed again, or 1 o'clock. It's like a 3 hour or some delay.
Yeah,
21 laps to go. They would normally call that, but it's probably because it was Daytona. in the last race.
No, it was because it was the regular season finale.
Yeah, that's probably that makes sense at least, but I mean, there was a ton of big wrecks. Took out a bunch of drivers. I turned the race on like 19 to go. They restart, and Cody Ware's in third. So I guess that's where you tell you what the fuck was going on in this race. Everybody that is left in the race has damage, except for like 4 cars. So nobody can even keep pace with the leader.
From what I'm seeing on here, Martin Truex and Blaney had a wreck. So then their points, because I think Blaney wrecked at the beginning, and then Martin Truex is like, aha, I got this. This is my chance. And then he wrecked. He's like, fuck.
Well, yeah, Blaney, I saw the wreck Blaney was involved in, and he was crab walking, so everybody thought he was dead, who he'd gone for. But they were able to fix it. He only lost 6 laps as a result, and he was able to rally back. Now, Truex, I saw Truex's wreck on the replays. He didn't actually get hit. He blew a tire mid-spin, and that's what caused the damage, and so that was. I thought.
I'm seeing it right now too. I'm watching Truex. Oh, yep.
But I mean,
popped tire engines.
So I mean, that's I mean, then then you got like freaking Austin Cendrick and Austin Dillon, the Austins, I guess, fighting for the win with like Landon Castle, Cody Ware, and I guess Tyler Reddick going for the win, and you get all that. And fuck, dude. I mean, I didn't see the other 2 big wrecks like live. Like 3, I guess. I guess there's 3 big wrecks. There's so many big crashes. I don't know, Jackson, did you see them or?
I did, dude. That last one, the very last big crash. That was like. You know that meme of the NR 2003 cars and the caption says Women's NASCAR League? That's what it looked like. And it was brutal.
It did. Oh my god. And then Austin Dillon gets through Lightning McQueen style.
That was pretty epic.
Continues on. And then, I was rooting for Dillon at that point to, win and cause a little bit more chaos.
I kind of was too.
And then
that's an all right season.
And then he dumped Austin Cendrick at the end of the race to take the lead.
No, he didn't.
McQueen made it through. What? He's not pinning. Yeah, fucking love that movie. But no, I think that was a pretty because I was watching the end of the race. Richard Childress told Dillon to not go for it until the final lap, which honestly, and he didn't listen, and Dillon didn't listen to him, which I would have done the same thing. But he dumps Austin Cendrick, does jack shit. I mean, Cendrick doesn't actually crash, so he continues on. Honestly, though, I thought it was a pretty dirty move. He should have just jumped out and gone for the lead. There's like 4 cars that could have ran well in clean air, and Dillon's is one of them, and he decides to bump Cendrick out of the way instead. Which kind of pissed me off. And then, I guess, I forgot the Cole Custer didn't bring out the caution, because he blew a tire. And then Dillon goes on to win, because, there's 2 cars left that can actually make a pass, and Dillon's able to hold him off and get
RCR.
Yeah, because Reddick, beat up car, still able to contend too, as he blocks and get the win, and then Truex gets knocked out by I think it's 6 points, knocked out by him. Blaney's in by 6 points. There you go. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people, I was reading online, some people are saying this is a really good race. Some people are saying it's a really bad race. You wrecked the whole field and, all that kind of stuff. Can you really call it that good of a race?
No. I thought it was a pretty crappy race. And it's not its fault. It's not really NASCAR's fault, but, the weather kind of happened and got in the way of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. The weather was not favorable at all.
That's a huge wreck. Also, let's talk about how somehow, some way, how Austin Dillon made it through that last big wreck.
He slowed down. That's what happened.
That's what happens.
So he basically did a what's his name? Regan Smith at Talladega, where he got forced under the lines, and they said nope, Tony Stewart wins.
Fuck that.
Well, no, he was avoiding a wreck. I think there's a difference between avoiding a wreck and passing for the win. Sorry.
We can have this debate all day in the off season.
I hate no. Don't get me wrong. I hate the yellow line rule.
It is a bad.
I just, yeah.
But no, I mean, can we talk about Cody Ware almost won that race? Dude,
I would have thrown my crap down and just say this is my life.
He restarted third. And he was coming for the lead until I think it was Landon Castle threw a block, almost piled up like the 10 cars that were left in the race, and that killed anybody's chances at winning outside of the RCR cars. Insane. BJ McLeod got a top 10 out of it too. Landon Castle, like I said. Who else? David Reagan. Oh, maybe it was Reagan that was going for the win at the end. He almost won too. Only like 10 cars finished on the lead lap and whatever.
Kevin Harvick almost made it through.
Yep.
Oh, I feel bad for Harvick.
No, he's in the playoffs.
Actually, really, no, I don't, because he won the last 2 races.
Well, no, he won 2 races. Won Michigan and
no,
Richmond.
I mean like Michigan and Richmond.
Right.
Yeah, there's Watkins Glen.
And I hate him so
then the
much.
Glen happened, and then Daytona happens, but I don't know. Do we really feel? I mean, I kind of feel bad for Truex.
I do, yeah, sure.
Because I mean, I don't. We could go on and on about the playoff. Sure. We can go on and on about the playoff format and all that. It's not. This is not the episode for that. But Truex gets screwed. Would he have done much in the playoffs? I don't think so. You can't get it done in the regular season. You can't win the playoffs. You can't be Matt Crafton in 2017 and win with no victories. So. But, I mean, he at least deserved a chance over Austin Dillon, who's done literal jack shit this season. But now, hey, his USA show gets like 6 seasons more worth of content because he won a race for the first time in 60 years. So
the USA's probably like the money that we get. Yes.
Where you see checkered flags, we see dollar signs. But no, yeah, crazy race, stupid race. Final thoughts. This is the third rain race in the last 4 races.
That's true. I don't know. You know, there's... It was...
Other than if Cody Ware would have won that race, NASCAR Heat, I'm going with Cody Ware Racing. I'm sorry. Going with Rick Ware Racing. I'm sorry.
Rick Ware Racing, best team in NASCAR. Oh, that would be funny.
And then I'm winning a championship with them.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. You playthrough idea. So I think we'll split Daytona on the back burner. Move on. Before we talk about the playoff people and analyze all the drivers, let's get to a little bit of silly season stuff. So Kurt Busch, prior to Daytona, sold news by now, but he announced that he's not going to be back for the start of the playoffs. He withdrew his medical waiver, which basically, now that we know, saved Ryan Blaney, because if Kurt was still in the playoffs and Dillon wins and Blaney's out, well,
yeah,
Blaney
it didn't help Toyota.
No, it didn't. No, it did not. But no, at this point, so Kurt's out for Darlington, at least. I mean, he didn't say how many races specifically he was going to be out for now, but he's not going to be in the playoffs. At this point, Kurt, call it a season. Like, there's no reason to try and come back now. Rest up, come back next year. Hopefully don't call it a career. I don't know what's going on, but no point now. If you're not going to race for a title, don't risk yourself. I'm saying. Get any other thoughts on that?
No, I agree.
Yeah. When Junior had that concussion stuff and he went out, I mean, maybe after 2 years he retired, and I feel like that's what Kurt should do. He should maybe go out for one more year, do one more season, and then just be done.
That's what I think too. I think he definitely deserves a retirement tour, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Not really up. Might not be up to his choice. Might be up to his doctor's choice. So we'll have to see there. More silly season stuff. Joey Legano signed a contract extension. I think it's a 5-year deal with Penske, similar to what Ryan Blaney signed that we talked about in the last episode of the podcast. So that's 2 out of 3 Penske drivers that got a contract extension in the last couple of weeks. The only one that didn't was Austin Cendrick, who's still in his rookie season.
Oh.
So highly unlikely that he will get an extension like that. So
Yeah, you will. His dad is the president.
That's true. But he probably already...
I mean, he's ran well. He's ran way better than the other 2 rookies. So,
better is a relative term.
It's not a relative term.
We'll get to Austin Cendrick a little bit more later because he is in the playoffs, so we have to analyze him.
Analyze. I think he could go as far as 12. That's about it, though.
Yeah, we'll get to him a little bit later. But first, so after Daytona, in the press conferences, Richard Childress himself was asked about the situation with Kyle Busch and if Kyle Busch was going to race with RCR in 2023. His answer? Nothing.
Nope.
He said nothing.
Comment is what he said.
He said nothing about it. So many people are thinking, that's a bit sussy. Maybe he is supposed to race for RCR next year. And some people are saying, nah, he's not going to.
That's a bit sus.
Where the fuck did you get that?
Dude, I have multiple. I have another one here.
Oh my god.
I have another one here. I have an orange one that has cheese on the top. I have a lot.
Oh my god.
Let's continue.
But anyway, so... Because last episode we talked about the big rumor with him going to college. There was nothing formally announced. Kyle Busch was asked about it. Saturday night, during the rain delay, NBC crew asked him about it. He said he couldn't give any details on it, and he's hoping he doesn't know a formative date when they can announce it.
I'm positive. I'm pretty sure Kyle's going to college. I think that seems to be the. I've seen a lot of renders, and it seems to be the most plausible.
But I think the main thing, I guess what we could take from what Kyle said in the interview is that maybe people want him to say that he wants to stay with JGR. He just can't get sponsors. So,
right.
I don't understand why Interstate won't step up.
I mean, he's not getting the results they're looking for this year. That might be the reason why. I don't know.
That's because JGR always wants first place and everything first place.
Yeah, that's true.
And the sponsors just want first place as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so.
But if we're going...
I saw recently that David Wilson said that it doesn't matter if you're the best driver. And clear he was referring to Kyle Busch. So that could be interesting. Foreshadowing that he's not going to return.
Possibly, but
I think Colleague is the best bet right now, and that 31 car was really fast today. So
penalty plate race, so you have to take a little asterisk on that. But yes, it was.
Is it though? Because Justin Haley has I think like 5 plate wins in the Xfinity Series, and 1 Cup plate win. So he's quite good.
Very true.
Who was driving that 31, by the way?
Justin Haley.
Today. Justin Haley?
Yeah, he's full-time in the 31 right now. So.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's leaving.
No,
I think Kyle's going to get the 16, and maybe they might renumber it to 51 or something, or 54.
Well, they need to try. If Kyle wants to race the 51, he has to go race for Rick Ware Racing, but.
And I don't think that's going to happen because then Rick Ware Racing will just be down to shit again.
He could rename it to 54. for his Kyle Busch Motorsports number, but let's see. But going off
Kyle Busch Motorsports and Colleague work together.
That's highly unlikely because it's two different manufacturers, Toyota and Chevy. So unless KBM goes to Chevy or Collie goes to Toyota, it's highly unlikely that will happen. But that'd be cool. But I just don't see it happening.
Or Pontiac could come back.
Fucking
Pontiac doesn't exist anymore. Bud,
the shock of the century. Pontiac makes a return after almost 20 years out. But no, we have to. Remember last week in the last episode, I talked about the guy at the trailer at Watkins Glen. He said, "We're either going to hear an announcement at Daytona or Darlington." Well, we didn't hear it at Daytona. We don't hear it at Darlington. We have to call bluff on that guy, and then I can ask the guys at Bristol. But we'll see. Still up in the air. Then the last one, Eric Almirola, for silly season at least. Eric Almirola did sign a 1-year extension to race the 10 car next year. So he's personally, I don't think that will have any impact, negatively or positively, because he is just a mid driver who does literally nothing. So,
who's this?
Eric Almirola.
He gets top 15s, which that's pretty important.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see.
Then again, Stuart Haas hasn't been doing very well. I mean,
no,
the last 2 wins have been from Harvick.
The 14 runs well from the beginning to the middle, but they cannot finish a race in the top 10 for some reason.
Cole Custer can't do shit.
Cole Custer can't do anything. But Kevin Harvick and the 14 Briscoe are doing pretty well. And yeah, they're doing all right.
And then I guess the biggest news, not from Daytona or the playoffs, was from the Truck Series, actually. Craftsman is coming back in 2023 to re-sponsor the Truck Series.
So,
yes!
Now that was predicted right after Camping World announced they wouldn't return. And I think that's awesome. And this would have only happened if Sears sold Craftsman. And by the way, Sears is a dumpster fire of a company these days. And
what do you mean? Sears is always a dumpster fire.
And Stanley Black & Decker, who owns Craftsman and DeWalt and Lennox and Irwin and almost every tool company, including Stanley and Black & Decker, they're what?
No, you said Decker, so my brain goes, Natalie Decker?
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's a dumpster. Continue.
Well, you know, they just run well. Or they are very committed to sponsoring racing with you know, DeWalt being on every JGR car except for the 11. One of their companies has been on every JGR car this year, so
that would have been cool.
Yeah, it's been cool.
So I think a lot of people
just to see the 11 car having DeWalt. I'm just imagining it now.
Well, Craftsman was on it last year in one race, which was very odd.
That is odd.
And then Coca-Cola was on the 11 for this year, too, at Atlanta.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense because he's part of the Coca-Cola racing family.
Yeah.
So is Bubba Wallace, but then
shit,
people don't like to use that.
Bubba Wallace isn't anymore. He runs he's Dr. Pepper because he drives the 23, and that's kind of a deal you have to do. Because the 23 thing.
Yeah. Well, unless we got any other outside news things that you guys have heard about, I couldn't think of anything.
Hold on, let me check. Oh, I don't know if we can talk about this, but Justin Marks has said that he has had a bunch of people talk about doing the Project 91. So,
oh,
that
yeah.
was interesting.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last week. A little bit.
They might just run the freaking full season next year.
They also were talking about. They talked to him about Lewis Hamilton trying out the Cup Series.
And he said no. Lewis Hamilton did not contact him.
Yeah, he said he never contacted him at all. But I mean, just imagine Lewis Hamilton, and then somehow, some way, Jimmy Johnson comes back. You got a 7-time champion.
I have a feeling.
7-time champion.
I have a feeling Daniel Ricciardo contacted him because, of course, he was let go by McLaren. And I think he may have contacted him. I'm pretty sure that Jensen Button and Marcus Ericsson did, because they were open about wanting to do it on Twitter, so that could be interesting. And I'm positive Elliott is running the Daytona 500 within the 91.
That'd be interesting.
I like what Justin Marcus is doing with Trackhouse and everything, and giving people that want to try out NASCAR and just let them drive this 91 car. Just give them opportunities.
Yeah, totally. Could be interesting to see what happens.
That would be interesting. All right. Well, without further ado, we don't got anything else. Let's analyze playoffs. So, I was thinking what we do is we go through each driver that's in the playoffs, all 16. We'll start from 16th to 1st, and we'll go through, talk about their chances at winning. How far do we think they're going to go? That kind of thing. I wasn't really planning on going through each track, since we usually do a preview for next week's race at the end of every episode anyways. But, we might touch on that a little bit as we analyze the drivers. And then at the end, I thought we'd maybe go through each round, see who we think is going to get eliminated after each round, and then at the end, pick our champion. And,
all right.
That kind of thing. So, let's jump into it. First, we'll analyze all the drivers. First one up is the walk-off winner, Austin Dillon.
Round of 16.
He's going to get eliminated early. My 4... Okay, so I guess we'll get to that later, but Austin Dillon does not deserve to be here at all. He has been crap all season.
He didn't do that bad at Michigan. I saw him a little bit.
He wasn't bad. He hasn't been bad. I guess maybe compared to his teammate, he's been bad, but,
Maybe if only RCR would just put Dale Earnhardt's engine inside the 3 car, maybe he'll get up in the front.
Or maybe just retire the 3. Maybe just retire the 3 and, get Dillon to a ride that actually would suit him, like, Rick Ware Racing or something, his talent level.
He's not that bad.
I don't like Austin Dillon. I really don't.
Neither does my friend, so you and him are on the same picture.
But yeah, pretty simple there. Does not deserve to be in this playoffs at all. Next up is Alex Bowman. I also don't see him doing a whole lot.
I honestly don't see him going past 16.
He has been very, very irrelevant this year. I don't even remember how he won a race. He has not been up front contending for the win, at all summer.
Hold on, I'm going to look that up. When did he win the race? I actually need to figure this out. Because now I'm trying to figure out, when did he win?
He did, because he's in. He wouldn't be in without the win. So,
I know, I'm just saying, when did he win? It looks like the one time he won was Las Vegas.
Was it? Yeah, that's right.
And
this was at the beginning of the season.
I don't know. He's just taken a massive decline in performance this year. I don't know if it's because of the new car. Oh, I did forget to mention that his crew chief quit this week. So
and he's going to be garbage next year, frankly, because Greg Ives' pit calls are some of the best in the business. So
maybe that will have a little bit of an effect. But I mean, with this playoff run, he's just not going to do a whole lot. He's not been great at all this year. And really, I could say the same thing for our next, the 14th seed, that is Austin Cendrick. Like, Daytona today was like the first time he had been in contention for the win since he won the 500. Like, he is not being that
That's
great.
not true. The Indy Road Course, I think, it was the last one.
Yeah, but not that close.
Maybe what they should do is retire the 2 and just put him in the 33 again.
Maybe.
And only run road courses. And maybe he'll do good.
Yes.
I mean, he hasn't even been that good on the road courses, though, like he was last year.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody's somewhat disappointing.
Everybody's like, he was going to do so good on the road courses, he's going to be a road course ringer, and he gets his one win at Daytona, and he's been crap since. Like
I don't think he's been crap.
Like the Michael McDowell situation.
McDowell's been great this year, so...
Yeah,
I mean like last year when not last year, but when he won the Daytona 500, then he went to shit.
Kinda.
I don't know, people don't call McDowell as big of a road runner. I mean, yeah. It's the same situation. Maybe there's a 500 curse. Winning the 500 makes you bad for the rest of the year.
I think that, yeah. Chase Elliott never win the Daytona 500. I'm sorry, don't be like your dad.
But see, that can't be true. Because Kyle Busch has been bad this year and he didn't win the 500, so.
Next.
He's like, nah, let's get this over.
Anyway, the 13 is Daniel Suarez. I do expect him to do pretty good in the playoffs.
I think he can go as far as the round of 8.
I think the Roval is going to be his main task that he'll have to.
What he needs to do is I think he can get stage points. I think he can lead laps. I don't think he can win in the first round, but I think he can at least do enough to get past the first round. And then gets to the second round, which has a super speedway race, which is anybody's game, and a road course, which he's really good at in it. So I think he's got 2 good shots to win there. Wins one of those, walks right into the Elite 8, and who knows what happens then. So...
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Unless he gets Ross Chastain
by his own teammate.
Yep. Let's be honest here. Ross Chastain will Chastain anyone.
Well, we'll get to Ross Chastain a little bit later, but and then my other pick for my first round elimination is Chase Briscoe.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he'll make it to the round of 12.
How so?
Well, he's consistent, and he gets a lot of stage points. So those stage points are helpful.
The only track I can see him possibly having a shot to win at is Bristol. Because
what about Phoenix?
Well, he has to get to Phoenix for it to have a shot at it. But I mean, Bristol, he did pretty good on the dirt. Then, the ending happened. But
yeah.
So, I mean, he has a shot, but I mean, it's kind of like Alex Bowman. He wins his race and has fallen off the face of the earth. It's kind of the story for all these so far, except for Dylan and Suarez, because Dylan just won and Suarez has been pretty good even since his win. So, but yeah, that's my prediction. And then we move on to Kyle Busch. He ain't doing shit in the playoffs.
I
hate saying this, but I actually think Kyle Busch could at least make it to the round of 12. At least the round of 12. But after that, he's just going to go downhill. Unless somehow, some way, at one point, he could win at one of these tracks, he ain't going to do it. It's just... Well, I think it's just the round of 12 he's going to make it.
I don't think it's necessarily because he's not going to be up front contending for wins like it is for Briscoe, Cendrick, Bowman, Dillon, and maybe even Suarez eventually. It's mostly just going to be because I think he's got too much else going on. It'd be a shock if we don't hear anything about his new deal or contract extension or whatever. He's going to have all the fallout from that. He's been dealing with that, and I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for him to really show up and perform, especially with all the crashes and being in that hole to start with. I think his talent level is going to be enough to carry him to the second round, but I think he's going to be down after that. Again, Bristol might be his only shot since he did win the dirt race in spring.
Then he's very good at Bristol.
And he is very good.
Very
at Bristol,
good at Bristol.
But honestly, it's...
You better hope that doesn't happen, because you'll be there.
Oh, fuck, I'll be there. If I see Kyle Busch win in real life, I might...
Trust me, I hated it when Kevin Harvick won at Michigan.
I might jump off the bleachers and hit the concrete after that. Try and hit his car.
You're just like, let's go, come on.
I
don't want to watch this.
And then up next is Joe Gibbs' teammate, Christopher Bell, who snuck in with the win. What was it? Did he win at?
New Hampshire.
Oh, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
right.
Yeah. I think he could make it to the round of 8 as a sleeper.
That's possible.
He's been pretty quiet this year. Not bad. Pretty good.
It will be like a Matt Kenseth of...
What version of Matt Kenseth?
No, when Matt Kenseth basically slowed down and wrecked Joey Legano at Martinsville.
Oh.
His God move.
Well, he doesn't have the God move.
Here comes Jeff Gordon.
He doesn't have a reason to do that. Well, he doesn't have a reason yet.
No, he doesn't.
They haven't raced Kansas yet. Doesn't have a reason to do that yet. But,
yet.
Yeah, I do agree with Jackson. He could be a big sleeper to the round of 8. He's got the speed. He was doing good at Daytona. He was doing good today until got caught in that first wreck. So, may carry that momentum into the playoffs. We'll see. Then up is the closer, Kevin Harvick. Locks his way in with 2 wins and shoots all the way up to, I think, 10th or whatever.
It's a tough one. Round of 12, I think, personally.
When I did my playoff predictions video that will come up before this podcast episode, but it has not come out yet at the time of recording it, I actually picked Harvick to go all the way to the Final Four. And that's a long shot prediction, but also not completely out of the question, being Kevin Harvick. Is it likely? No.
He actually almost won today, too. If you think about it.
Yeah.
He was all right. He was close.
Well, I mean, if he would have not gotten that wreck, boom, he probably would have been close.
All you had to do was have a car that could go over 150 miles an hour, and you would have won the race. So today,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, either Harvick could easily be with a couple wrecks be out in the first round. He could easily make it all the way to the Phoenix. He's one of kind of those like toss-up drivers. At the most of the season, count him out, and then he wins a couple races, and now he's in like a sleeper picture, kind of like Christopher Bell. So,
yeah,
it's kind of a toss-up situation there. Then Tyler Reddick. I also have Tyler Reddick going really, really far.
I think Tyler Reddick is going to go to the Final Four. I think I'm putting that out there. Hail Mary.
Is it really much of a Hail Mary, though? Like, he's been very, very consistent and good this year. I think he's got it. He stays out of trouble. Like, there's going to be a lot of drivers that are going to go from the top to the bottom, back to the top, like all this. Reddick's going to kind of like stay like right through this, like go like this. So, it's a very easy possibility that we see him make it all the way to Phoenix. Do I see him winning Phoenix? No. But no, he could easily get there. Because he's a guy, doesn't cause a lot of trouble. Doesn't, but he runs consistent and gets points. And
not usually.
And it's good. Then you have Ryan Blaney, the only guy who got in on points this year. And while I do think...
round of 8, unless he gets a few wins. I think he's going to make it to the round of 8.
I actually have him out in the round of 12 simply because he did not win this season. I think that the lack of winning is going to be his downfall. Not necessarily because he's bad. I think he does have... he didn't get a win, yet he shot up to 7th in the 7th seed with no wins after barely making it.
Then you have Chase Elliott.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be... I don't even know what track he'd get it done at either. That's the thing. Maybe Talladega if he can get there, but...
There you go. I would say Dega.
Maybe the
I
Roval.
mean, yeah, his record's pretty good there. Oh, the Roval? Nah, I don't know. That was kind of a shock win.
Yeah, true. But he's kind of another one of those wild card toss-up ones.
Thanks, well.
And then we've got Denny Hamlin. I got Denny Hamlin a pretty easy second-round exit. I think he's just been way too inconsistent this season to really
Extraordinarily inconsistent.
show up. I think he's going to get in a lot of trouble. I think he's going to cause some trouble, and I think he's going to be the result, be a product of some trouble, and be a part.
I think he's going to get suspended depending on what happens.
Again?
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, the possibility.
And then after, he'll just take a Twitter post and he'll just post it, hit the trophy with everything, and just start eating his food while he's thinking about life.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, well. I don't want to see him go far. And I think the wins are going to be enough. The wins and the really badness of the bottom, I think, are going to be enough to get him to the second round. But I think he's going to crash. He's going to falter. Well, again, kind of another toss-up, a little bit on the lower end for me. And then there's William Byron. He's kind of like another sleeper.
He fell off, honestly, after Darlington. I feel like, after that happened, he just had a really, really rough summer. He was borderline dominant in the beginning of the year. And I don't know what happened.
So it was enough for him to get top 5 seeds, so...
I think he can get into the round of 12. I mean, if he has a fast car, like he did at last time they went to Darlington, he could win the first race of the playoffs, make it to the round of 12, and then you won't have to worry about the next 2 races of the round of 16.
That's true.
And then he could figure out what his round of 12 car could be for that. And he could be a really, really surprised person getting into the playoffs. I mean, he won't make it to the Final Four. Let's not get that far. Maybe get to the round of 8, I'm thinking.
Round of 8's a possibility. But he's like Christopher Bell. It'd be a sleeper. Nobody's really been talking about him. It wouldn't be a shock, but it wouldn't be, completely predicted either. So, but honestly, we'll see. Again,
I'm still trying to save for his Darlington throwback, too. Once I get that Darlington throwback, I am going to make sure to show it on this podcast, because I love that car.
It is a really nice looking car. And then we've got Byron's teammate Kyle Larson grabbed the 4 seed.
Round of 4.
You think
round of 4.
Immediately he says round of 4.
I'm gonna put a little. No. Round of 8 at best.
After the championship he had last year, I think it was determined that nothing was gonna get him back. I mean, look at what happened with Elliott, and when he won the championship, he went downhill that entire season.
Yeah, this is not 2021 Kyle Larson going into this playoffs and winning like 5 races.
It was 2021 Kyle Larson.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he'll get the round of 12 at least, and even maybe the round of 8. He could sneak into the Final Four as a sleeper. That is not out of the question. It is a very good possibility that he could do that. However, he would either need some wins or he needs some luck, because he has not been great this year. Let's be real. His 2 wins are both borderline Mickey Mouse wins. His races where he's been bad, and he's got the potential and the ability to show up, and we've seen that, especially as of late. But we'll see. I mean, I get Jackson's a Larson fan, so I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Repeat.
And you're gonna pick Mickey Mouse.
Shut up.
So honest. Yeah.
No. All right. Next, we got Ross Chastain. I really want Ross Chastain to go far.
It depends. Ross He will definitely make it to the round of 8.
Ross Chastain is going to get... There is a big platter of karma with Ross Chastain's name on it for Martinsville, the Roval, Talladega, Phoenix. I mean, you can line it up anywhere. And it's got "from Denny Hamlin" lined up on it. It is going to happen in the playoffs. Denny Hamlin will wreck Ross Chastain when it matters. You heard it here first, folks. It is going to happen.
And Christopher Bell. Because remember, Christopher Bell did run into...
that is not
Ross
what
Chastain
happened. That was Bell's fault, you moron. I mean, that I'm sorry, but that was not Chastain's fault. That was Bell's. Bell made a bad block.
Yeah. Chastain does have the speed, and he's got the talent to get to the Final Four and even possibly contend for the championship. However, there's a lot of people that are going to make sure that does not happen based on what he's done this season so far. I feel bad for Chastain for saying that, and I'd love him to defy the odds. It'd be funny if he defied the odds.
And win the championship for some odd reason.
And beat Denny Hamlin for it. That'd be funny.
Be the first ever championship for Trackhouse. The number one gets the first championship for Trackhouse.
Wild. That would happen. Just absolutely wild. And then coming in at the 2 seed is Joey Logano, which is pretty surprising for me to be honest. He's been kind of under the radar.
Gross.
He's been kind of laying low this season as well. He pops out for some good wins, and he's not been horrible.
The only win he had that was very dominant was the LA Coliseum.
That's true.
Even then, there shouldn't even be an LA Coliseum. That was the stupid idea for NASCAR. I don't count that as a Joey Logano win. And then the Darlington.
Well, it's an exhibition race, so it's not going to really count for playoff points either. So, there you go. So, but no, yeah, I don't see Logano going to the Final Four. I could easily see him go to the round of 8 or even the round. He's definitely going to get to the round of 12, but round of 8 probably going to be his best chance, unless he sneaks in the Final Four like a win at, I don't know where he was going to win at, Martinsville maybe. I don't know. Just not really everything. And I will point out there's only 20 points blanketing Logano to Dillon. So
that's true.
So that means there's a lot of changing that can happen over the next few weeks. Then we jump about 20 points to our number 1 seed, regular season champion, Chase Elliott. He is the only guy, barring a Kevin Harvick 2020 collapse, that I think will make the championship for. That's the only guy I can say.
I have to agree with you. I do. I think he will. Sorry.
He will be. I don't know if any tracksters necessarily is going to win definitively. I mean, there's like the Roval, there's Martinsville, even, and that kind of thing, and they eventually get to Phoenix, but he's got the playoff points. He's got the consistency. He's ran up front. He's been the dominant driver this season, whether the other people want you to like it or not, he has done really well this season, and can easily carry over into a championship. But he only has, it's like he's got like 2045, and Logano's got like 2025, and then Dillon's got like 2005. So it could be. It's really close, and it's no way anybody's locked it up 100% yet. It will be a close, tight points championship race. Not really points. It's gonna be all about wins, but it's gonna be a close race. So we'll see about that. And then, I mean, you look at the 10 tracks that are in the playoffs as well. I mean, we'll talk about them a little bit here, but I mean, you got Darlington, Kansas, then Bristol in the first round. Texas has been moved up earlier in the playoffs. Second round, it used to be like the third last race or second to last race. Now it's the fourth race in the playoffs. Talladega is after that. Then Roval. And then you got Vegas, Homestead, and Martinsville in the third round, and then Phoenix to finish it off. So
poor Homestead, Miami. I feel bad for fans that live in Homestead, Miami. They had the championship track, and now it's gone to Phoenix. and now they're just sad and alone with their almost last
Can we
races.
Can we just make Talladega the championship, please?
Would be fucking dope.
Can we just get it over with? I mean, this is already a clown
Please.
enough. Already been a clown enough championship format. Just make the championship race a clown race. Come on.
That or make it Michigan.
Those are, well, we'd be blanketed in snow the whole race, but yes.
Sure, why not? I'll be okay with it.
But no, it's definitely definitely a good 10 tracks, wide variety for to win. So, but let's do it. Let's go through round by round who we gonna go eliminated, and then we'll make a championship prediction. I did obviously you saw mine already, but we're gonna make like consensus, I should say. Who are we agreeing is gonna get eliminated in round 1? Who do we think?
Dylan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
I'm gonna
2. Oh.
Alex Bowman. Come on.
Yep. Let's do that. Yeah.
Alex Bowman. And then Austin Cendrick, I think is gonna get eliminated.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then Chase Briscoe is gonna be the 4th one.
Yeah.
And then
in the 2nd round,
it'll be
probably Kyle Busch and
yeah.
Yep.
Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, possibly.
No, I don't know about Bell. Let's hold Bell, and then...
Shit, who's the other one? I am going to have to give Suarez the boot here. Unless he wins at the Roval, I don't see him getting past the 2nd round.
Yeah.
And then... Fuck, I have to pull up the grid again. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Blaney. This is not Blaney out. I think just by process of elimination, no wins. It's not going to be a...
Yeah. Yep.
And then we'll also knock out Denny Hamlin. I think that's a pretty easy knockout. And then I guess it would either come down to Bell or Byron. I think it'd be one of those two is going to be eliminated in the 2nd round.
Bell.
All right, we'll give it to Bell. And then 3rd round. Still got
Legano.
Yeah, probably Legano.
Yep.
Probably Kyle Larson.
Hamlin.
No, Hamlin. I think we got to eliminate Hamlin, did we not?
Oh, Harvick.
Yeah, Harvick probably.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Harvick was up there. Jesus.
So we got Legano, Larson, and Harvick eliminated. And fuck. Do we really think Ross Chastain is going to go all the way to the Final Four without being crashed? And
to be honest, in my eyes, I want this to happen. I want this person to get to the Final Four, but I know something will happen where he will wreck. I am going to say this right now. It might be Chase Elliott taking out in the final for the 8. He will be the last person to get eliminated. Something's going to happen in the final race, and I'm going to be super pissed off about it, but he's going to get wrecked. He's not going to have enough points. He will be out, and he won't be in the Final Four.
It just doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't, but...
With all the other drivers blanketed under 20 points, it just seems like
maybe
he's got a bypass to like the Raleigh 8, and then he's got Martinsville pretty much in the bag. He always seems to win that second Martinsville race. But I think we have to give the boot to Chastain. I think Martinsville, if not the Roval, if not like if not Bristol, I think it's gonna be a great chance for Chastain to get Chastained. So I think his luck will run out. So then that's Elliott, Reddick, Legano, and shit, who was the other one?
Was it Suarez?
Did we take Suarez?
Chastain.
We eliminated Chastain.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, do we have to run through it again? Fuck. Because I can't think of the other one. Because we eliminated Briscoe, Cendrick, Bowman, and Dillon. And then Busch.
Harvick?
No, we already eliminated them.
Fuck it. Elliott or Reddick. That's basically all that it comes down to. We can't think of the other two. Fuck. I don't want to run through this again. Fucking. I mean, it's pretty hard not to pick anyone besides Elliott here to win the championship early on. I mean, he's been so consistent. He's won.
Bell. Did we get Bell?
Oh, I guess we did take Bell all the way, didn't we? That's a pretty long shot selection, but honestly, if the cards fall in the correct places, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
So we got Daniel Suarez out of the way. We got Legano. We got Blaine out of the way.
Oh, I think we took... Okay, so I think it was Elliott, Byron, Reddick, and Bell. That's a wild Final Four.
Long story short, there'll be 2 Hendrick cars, 1 Joe Gibbs, and 1 RCR from a very long time ago when RCR was actually good.
Back to before this playoff format.
Yes.
I think it's pretty hard not to pick Chase Elliott in that situation. The only guy I can see contending for the championship alongside of him would be Reddick. I don't know, Jackson, what are your thoughts?
I like that Final Four, and I'm okay with that.
I swear to God, if we somehow, some way get this correct, we know the future.
I think we need to become like the official NASCAR podcast and like get paid royalties for it every week and
get paid $60.
Get to go to every race for free and
yeah.
NASCAR, and then how does that sound?
Whenever people see us, they'll ask for our autographs.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Anyone
become a Zach Ample of fucking NASCAR.
Fucking Zach Ample. That guy.
I mean, hey,
not a bad gig to be honest, but also pretty unlikely, because we don't catch baseballs for a living. But no, that's it for our little playoff analysis. There should be a fun playoffs. If not, in between all the calls of rigging it and all the calls of the Mickey Mouse and all the baby calls and all that stuff, there should be some fun racing, especially at some of the better tracks. Some good ones on there. Tight point system, or tight points and tight gaps, so it should be pretty good. So looking forward to it over these next 10 weeks. But before we go, let's preview the first race of the playoffs. Darlington, it's supposed to be on Labor Day weekend. But, lo and behold, for the 4th time in the last 5 weeks, there is rain in the forecast on race day. It's a 50% chance, and this is a week out from the actual race, so it very well could change. That'd be insane if there's another rain delay. Please no rain delay. Come on, Darlington.
Yeah, please.
But no, the Southern 500, a long, grueling race. I don't know who we got for this one.
William Byron. I'm sorry. William Byron. Taking it.
That's a solid pick. Jackson,
he had a good race last year. I feel like he's going to do it again. Or not last year. Last time they went. Sorry.
Jackson, who you got for this race?
For where?
Darlington.
I have no freaking clue.
It really is a toss-up. I mean, we saw last year in that race, so many playoff drivers have tire issues and get in the wall and stuff like that. Now these newer cars, they can handle the wall a little bit better, so maybe they'll change everything. The tires are worse, but the bodies are better, so maybe you'll have a change in it. But honestly, I mean, who did we do our official? I picked Chase Elliott.
Who did I pick?
You picked you had Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is
That's right.
Kurt Busch is not
Kyle
racing.
Larson seems like a good pick. Sure.
You changed it to Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott is my pick. And Brian picked Austin Dillon. The off shot that he goes back to back.
Reddick did back to back on road courses, so who freaking knows?
This is Austin Dillon we're talking about on his super speedway in Darlington. No, he's gonna be too busy off working on his USA show to really count towards the race. He knows the dollar signs too. All the money.
Dollar sign.
But those are our picks for Darlington. So, and that, I believe, unless anybody else got any lasting thoughts about anything about the playoffs, Darlington, or anything.
I got none.
Alrighty. That
Wild.
should be, if Daytona's any precursor, it should be another wild playoffs, like I already said. Cannot wait. Let's get to it. That is our 5th episode of the Talking NASCAR podcast. We're going to be continuing to do episodes all the way through the playoffs. So every Friday as they continue, we'll analyze each race, predict the next one.
Oh, wait, hold on. I feel like we forgot a big thing that happened yesterday, technically. Jeremy Clements freaking won. And because now you have 3 guys fighting over one spot. So that could be interesting.
That is true. The Xfinity playoffs haven't started yet, or have they?
They haven't. They got 2 more races and then they'll start.
Yeah, I remember when Jeremy Clemens was like Jeremy Clemens, and now he's like, I heard that Xfinity race is pretty wild. I didn't actually watch any of it, but I heard it was pretty crazy. But congratulations to Jeremy Clemens. Congratulations to Austin Dillon for making it into the playoffs. But that's going to wrap it up, I think, for this episode. Talking NASCAR Podcast, episode 5 in the books. Again, we're here throughout the playoffs and probably into the off-season too. We got a few off-season ideas already planned. So we'll think of more as we go. But stay tuned for more episodes. Thank you to Hitmaster and Jackson for coming on. It's been a great time.
Thank you for helping me.
And we will catch you guys next week, same time, for another episode. And until then, you can take a look for the channel for much more amazing content. You can check out Hitmaster and Jackson's channel for other amazing stuff as well. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Goodbye.